Surprise, 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 IG Live. Here I am asking Magic 8 Ball questions for lineups for this week. Fantasy football, here we are, Thursday night game. How are we feeling, everybody? Are we ready for it? Anybody still undefeated in their fantasy football league? I need to hear from you. I lost my undefeated status this week. Very sad. It was a tough loss. I was duking it out. It is the league that I had the number one pick, and I did take Christian McCaffrey. But think about it. I still went 4 weeks with no losses while pivoting from Christian McCaffrey. So, how do I like Anthony Richardson's outlook for the remainder of the year? I think if you're an Anthony Richardson manager, you have to have a backup quarterback. And right now, I think we're all in this spot where if you had, good morning, VB, if you had Justin Fields, we know now the conversation is Russell Wilson is going to be practicing with the twos. We know Tomlin said that. I do feel potentially if there's a loss again this week, got a bye week coming up. What do we do here? Where does Russell Wilson play in? So start planning on your backup for Justin Fields. Now's the time to start doing that. Crazy things like Juju. Picked up Juju in a bunch of leagues last week because I thought I would get ahead of everybody else. VP, I did not go to the Mets game, but what an exciting game. And I was listening to a bunch of replay calls this morning, and it was unbelievable. It was just really, really, really exciting. Commanders, I mean, geez Louise. This is just a season that I don't know if anybody expected. And what's great about the Commanders is Commanders were kind of in that cesspool that the Raiders seem to be in and stay in. You know, Commanders had all kinds of leadership issues and lawsuits, all these horrible things. And it seems that they've really pulled out of the wreckage without anybody noticing. And here are the Commanders just commanding wins, just doing it. Darnold is slowing down a little bit, not much, but this is the thing. You're not going to get rid of a healthy quarterback right now because we're facing that stretch where By-Mageddon is around the corner. Jaden Daniels, the next RG3, we'll see, right? Okay, so I read someone's comment, and I don't know, another keyword that I could put in. So yeah, I right here was asking some lineup questions. I'm managing quite a few leagues. So nobody in here is undefeated in their fantasy football league to this date. I want to know if anyone in here is, or drop me your record. If you play fantasy football and you listen to Fantasy Sports Radio on Sirius XM, which really is the best way to stay on top of things, unless you're able to have Twitter alerts for Shefty and you're reading this all day. Just listening to these shows gives you all of your updates on injuries, everything you need to know, and especially Sundays. Because lineup locks at 1 o'clock. Well, this week, Eric, thank you so much for chiming in. You are 2-3. Okay. Hello, Mon. How are you? Happy Thursday. Don't let it be looking deceiving out there. It looks nice out. It's freezing. It has that warm fall sun, but cold, which is very exciting time of year. So back to the 2-3 record. You're not out of it. You know this, right? But there's a time where you may not be able to get value on the waiver wire, and you have to start looking at your league mates. It's bye weeks. Look at a league mate that is down 3 running backs because they're on bye and offer a trade. Because right now you want to trade good players for good players. So find out what position you are a little bit rich in, whether it's wide receiver, running back, quarterback. Just make a trade because you're not going to save yourself out of a 2-3 hole by going to the waiver wire unless it's less than a 12-team league. So thank you so much, everybody. So you have a new episode of my podcast. Came out yesterday. I interview Yotan Solomon from Virtue Love Clothing you're gonna love. We got a question. I'm going to, I found another keyword. You guys are giving me a lot of keywords to add in after this one. So you can check that out on all listening platforms, the Lisa Ann Experience, Spotify, Apple, all listening platforms. And then on Friday, 8 p.m. it goes on my YouTube channel. You can watch it on YouTube. I'm no longer doing the live premiere, so I won't be in the chat. There won't be a chat feature, but it'll still land on my YouTube, and you can go back and catch up on all of my episodes. So it's funny because the Niners look like a team that has a better record than 2-3. This is for DBer68, who has San Francisco Niners in the Avi, meaning you are a serious fan. So you know, my friend, I have another serious Niners fan in here as well. 5-0, McCaffrey first pick. I love this Pondo. What a great. Let me just ban this person because they bring no value. Okay, buddy, sorry about it. You got the Niners with the 2-3 record, the Seahawks with the 3-2 record. Again, Geno Smith slowly getting it done, but this is a matchup. This is a matchup that means something, and I just think the Niners have to win. It's one of these games. Bob Harris in the room. Thank you. Appreciate that, Bob. Chris wants Brown, St. Brown coming back, Gibbs, Rice, Cup on. The injuries are tough. And there's also injuries where at this point you're sitting there going, who gets this IR spot? How long can I wait for this? Again, this is about your team, your league, how many teams are in it. But we all get hit with injuries. We all get hit with bye weeks. Remember, some teams will get hit early, like you are right now, Chris Cal 25. Your players are going to start to come back. And guess what? You're going to be lucky enough to match up against a league mate on a week where they're really struggling and they're playing someone that's going to give them like 2 points. It balances out. The thing is to stay engaged, to not give up. Oh, this is a good one. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you. Northern lights tonight. So wild meteor storm shower thing going on up there. And it looks like if you patch into your news or Google where you are, you're going to be able to see if it's clear enough, if you're going to see them where they are, but pretty wild. And also, I'd like to send love to everybody in Florida and everywhere that has been affected. North Carolina, 2 weeks, all these places, these storms in Mother Nature, and I just cannot imagine what it's like to be facing that and the way it moves and it's unpredictable. But the fact that it is so much better now than it was when I was growing up. I can remember in the 70s, there was a really big flood in Pennsylvania, which knocked out, and there were totally brand new neighborhoods because of it. Like it knocked out so much. And we learned about it in school and everything. Like it knocked out over 80% of my town where I grew up. And there was no warning then. We didn't have Doppler, okay? Like this was the early 70s. And so I can remember going with my dad, who was an electrician on the side, and they made it a law in the late 70s, early 80s after that flood. The receptacles in lower lying areas in Pennsylvania. This is a random Lisa story, but chime in, people. The lower lying areas where that flood were affected, they had to raise all the receptacles up like 6 feet. And so my dad would do this as a side job. So he taught me how to do it. So we would go into houses and we'd split up and we'd move the receptacles. So little random fact there that was non-football related. I'm so sorry about it. The first time I didn't come on here with a water or a coffee, and now I need a sip of something. Would I start Najee Harris or J.K. Dobbins this week? I mean, we're all feeling like Najee's about to have a breakout game, right? Let me look at matchups because I want to be for certain. Oof, this could be a tasty matchup for Najee against the Raiders. But I still want to wait longer before I make that decision. I'm not ready. I would tinker that in and out of my lineup for the entire weekend. Someone asked if I've ever gone blonde. No, I've always stayed my natural hair color. It gets highlights in the sun, and then once a year I'll do it all back to my normal color, and then it'll come right back to the sun. But I like to keep it simple, and it's just a cultural thing. We didn't change our hair color growing up. Most attempts without a touchdown, Najee. Poor guy, but like he has to get in, right? You have to think about this. He has to get in. George in the room. I just delivered the cameo for your friend for the birthday. Thank you for booking me. Remember, everybody, if you want to smack talk a league mate. Yesterday I did a couple fantasy basketball draft orders, ho hum. But if you want a birthday message, anything, you can get it from me on Cameo. Go to cameo.com/TheRealLisaAnn. I am going to get back to things. I just wanted to remind you all to set your lineups. Also that we have another early game. I may be making some lineup decisions with the Magic 8 Ball, and I want to know how many of you still use one of these. I do. Something, the Rams are killing you. I'm so sorry. It is stressful. I knew what you meant right away. I knew exactly. I do my book signings. I will be going to Exotica in New Jersey in October. I will go into Exotica in DC in December. And these are my last 2 Exoticas. So I hope to see everybody And also, I do sell my books personally autographed from my store. You can go to shoplisaan.com. You can also get them through Amazon. I just lowered the price at both places, and I took advantage of my rep yesterday and really got some great new information for Nick Chubb or Derrick Henry. Is Nick Chubb off IR? Is he back playing? Are you ready for that yet? Because Derrick Henry's looking still so good. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. Have a great rest of your day. Check out my podcast, The Lisa Ann Experience. Also, fantasy football fans, every Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, you can join me and Adam Ronis. Lisa Ann Does Fantasy Game Day Edition, and that's on Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM Channel 87. Check out my YouTube channel, The Real Lisa Ann. Everybody, Jeff, have a great day. Bob, great to see you. We'll have to catch up, and everybody stay safe out there from the weather, and know that we are all sending you incredible amounts of love. Anybody close to those areas, this is a good time to consider donating clothes, blankets, things you don't need, and also going and donating blood, because this is a time when if there's power outages at hospitals or places, they will be needing that again. So I know I'm going to make sure that I'm ready to donate wherever needs it, and even if I just fly in for a day, go donate, fly out, I will get her done. Have a great rest of your day. Do a good deed. And if that good deed is to not be creepy on the internet, that is a great idea. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. And check out my podcast, The Lisa Ann Experience.